Okay, Adam. Star Wars The Last Jedi released yesterday.
You saw it.
I saw it.
I didn't see it yet. I'll probably be seeing it probably the week of the 24th. I'll be seeing that.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. Now, I have a lot of problems with it, too. But
What I've been hearing.
yeah, there's a lot of issues with it. I'm not doing spoilers on this at all. For all I know, maybe, I don't know, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll do a spoiler.
I mean, we could always put a time tag said move ahead if you.
Yeah, but I don't want to do a spoiler on this. You haven't seen the movie, but maybe we can talk about it later on.
I mean, I have a general idea. Like I kind of found out on my own what's going on.
I just want to give my thoughts on it. So the movie is pretty long. It felt there were scenes that could have been cut out, particularly the Finn and the new character Rose story. And I really like Finn as the character, but I did not like the subplot they were doing with him. There's like this, he goes on this like casino world.
Yeah, I heard that whole thing, like...
It did not...
It's just like a dead end.
It is a dead end, but it just doesn't feel like... The casino just didn't feel like Star Wars to me. Like, it just straight up felt like a casino, and there were just aliens in it. Like, they're sitting there playing fucking craps. Like craps is in the galaxy far, far away. It just seemed kind of weird. And, like, their slot machines, and it was weird, and it wasn't designed very good. Like...
I see what you're saying,
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, you have
like,
to.
In the older Star Wars movies, like, they had a game that was similar to chess, but it totally wasn't chess. It was played on a circle board. Had holographic pieces that would, like, die and get dismembered and shit.
Yeah, it just... I don't know, the games just... Like
you weren't very imaginative, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it didn't feel...
It was very, like, lazy, you feel like.
Yeah, like they're drinking... They're popping champagne bottles. Yeah. Like, they pop champagne bottles, and they're, like... They have, like, martini glasses, but they're really tall. It's just... It was designed really weird. And...
You're saying it's too close to real life.
Yeah, it really took me out. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is this? But everything else... The Poe and Leia stuff, great. There's a couple consistency things that I don't understand, but maybe there's an explanation for it. But the Rey and Luke and Kylo Ren shit, all the stuff with that, it was great. Luke was fucking weirdo hermit, just grumpy, and there's a lot of cool little, like, stuff that happens in between that obviously I don't want to talk about because it was really made part of the movie for me. I was like, oh my god, that's so fucking cool. This is so great. I loved it. I was like a kid in the theater. I want to try to go see it again. I do think it is a movie that will benefit from a second viewing because there is a lot crammed in this movie, and it almost is the point, like, when it ends, you're like, Did they just finish the trilogy? Like, it feels like a trilogy, like, ender.
Yeah.
So much shit happens in this movie. And they crammed it all into 2.5 hours, and I'm shocked that they did. I just kind of wish they would cut out the Finn and Rose stuff, because it really just... It is out of left field, and it does not really fit. Now, the one reason why I'm bringing this up is because if... people don't like this film, I completely understand their reasonings why. This movie takes a lot of risks. Some of them pay off, and some of them do not. It's fair, I mean, but it is... I think it's the biggest risk-taking since Empire Strikes Back. I believe that. Because I thought Force Awakens, while I really like The Force Awakens, it is kind of a safe movie. It does play a lot of beats, like, off of New Hope. And this movie plays a couple beats off of Empire Strikes Back, but nothing that you're like, this is just a straight carbon copy of Empire Strikes Back.
Which, that argument can be made about The Force Awakens, in my opinion.
Yes, I believe so too. I believe there's enough different about The Force Awakens, and there are just there's enough content in there that I can be like, okay, sure, it plays a couple beats from Star Wars: A New Hope, but it's enough on its own that I enjoy it for what it is. The Last Jedi definitely does a lot more differently. And I think that this is the first Star Wars movie that actually says, we are moving this further.
Yeah.
We are not going to do the same movie over and over and over again. We are going to take this in a different direction. They take the Force in different ways that you were not expecting you could even do with the Force. Like most people, like it's not a spoiler or anything like that, but Rey's talking with Luke and says, "What is the Force?" And Rey's just like, "I don't know. It's something that's around us, helps you lift things and push things." And he's like, "Everything that you just said is wrong." and I thought that was that's like one of my favorite quotes in there. He's like, "What is the Force?" She answers it. There's a couple really good. Yeah. The movie's funny. There's a lot of funny moments in there.
That's one of the complaints I've actually heard.
That it's funny?
No, that anytime they get to like a serious, like emotional moment, they sort of almost in the way that meme culture works on the internet, they sort of like immediately push the emotional moment aside because they can't deal with it and make a joke to sort of soften the blow of the emotionality. Do you feel like that's an accurate? Because that's what I've been reading online.
I'm gonna say no. No, I don't believe that the jokes, when it's serious, it's serious. And when it wants to be funny, like, sure, do they do that with, like, some moments that are kind of serious? Maybe, but honestly, no, I completely disagree with that notion of that it can't handle the emotion, so it just cuts away to a joke real quick. No, because the emotional stuff is emotional. And when it's trying to be serious, it is serious. It's just that it's funnier. It just has some funny moments. Now, there are a couple moments when it's trying to be serious and those porks kind of show up. Those little, like, furry thing that they're kind of promoting in the trailer. I thought the porks were kind of funny. They're not, like, overused. They're all on that island.
Yeah.
They're, like, the only living animal on that island. And so you see them in a lot of scenes where they should be serious.
Yeah.
But I really just thought that the movie just was a lot more challenging for a Star Wars film. The more I'm thinking about it, the more... Like, when I first walked out, I was like, I enjoyed that, but I had a lot of problems with it. And then as I'm thinking about it more, I'm like, actually, I don't mind the decisions. I just want to go see it again so I can get a better gauge on it. It just was a lot to digest.
Well, if you're willing to wait till next week, you can come with us.
I might even go see it tomorrow, to be honest. If I get time, I might go see it tomorrow or Tuesday, but I might actually pop by with you to see it because I want to probably see it a couple times. I just I really enjoyed it. But as I was mentioning earlier, because of the risk, there's going to be a lot that piss off a lot of people.
Yeah, I think that's part of the problem. I think because from reviewers that I trust, I'm getting they're putting out stuff like it's like a 7 out of 10. It's good. I enjoyed it. There's some problems with it, but like some of the just regular ass people reviews that it's getting on Rotten Tomatoes, people are giving it like what would you say, like 29% or something?
It has a 57%, which currently puts The Last Jedi as the lowest audience rated Star Wars, below even The Phantom Menace, which has a 59%.
Which I don't believe.
I don't believe that at all. I don't think you should believe that because also the audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes, my vocabulary.
What is wrong with you today?
I don't know. It might have been that little shot of scotch I did before the show that's just fucking me up. But the show, oh my God, the audience rating does not allow like you to. It doesn't make you prove that you've seen the movie. Like I can go on and rate.
I see what you're saying. Like maybe they could put a code on a ticket stub. Maybe. Why don't they do that already?
I don't know.
They have on Amazon, verified Amazon purchase.
Yeah,
it'll be labeled if you bought it.
It's the same thing with IMDb, and IMDb has an 8.1. Like you don't need to see the movie, and you can vote multiple times.
Yeah.
And I went by and I read a lot of the. Luckily, surprisingly, you can read a good amount of the reviews on the Rotten Tomato audience site, and it doesn't give away spoilers.
It's a good thing we're not on TV.
I know.
Because I'm pretty sure there's a law in place that if you advertise on a website...
What's in this tab?
I don't know.
Well, I was reading a couple of the audience reviews, and they weren't very spoiler heavy.
Yeah.
But their reasoning was just dumb. Rian Johnson ruined Star Wars. This movie makes no sense. I think the good of the movie outweighs any negatives that I had, because overall I really enjoyed it.
And that's largely what I'm hearing too. Is like there's problems, but they don't ruin.
People saying that it's the worst Star Wars film out of any of them is they need to get the fuck over themselves. And I'm not going into another rant like I did on the last show about why I get irritated with Star Trek fans. It's the same thing why I get irritated with Star Wars fans.
I know.
But a 57%, get the fuck out of here. Like, fuck off. Like, fuck off, okay? You guys need to get over yourselves, just like the Star Trek fans. It's getting ridiculous. If you don't like the movie, that's fine.
They act like they recasted old characters or something. Like they casted somebody new for Luke Skywalker or something like that.
No, it's just...
That's like when I was upset that they recast Big Boss in fucking MGS5.
Oh, with Kiefer Sutherland?
Yeah, with Kiefer Sutherland, which was a good performance in my opinion, and he did a good job. I just would have rather had David Hayter, but I still bought the game and played the fucking game.
Well, I will say that...
I didn't go online and
people just go like...
digging its grave for it.
Yay! Star Wars, it's not what I wanted! To improvise the Conan thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not happy with how like the audience is taking it, but every film's subjective. If you don't like the movie, you don't like the movie. That's fine. But I feel like there's some sort of like Reddit community or some shit like that being like, time to downvote. It was the same thing that happened with Battlefront, like with its its .09 rating.
But Battlefront deserved it.
It deserved it for what it was doing, but I mean, to be fair, the game itself is probably not a .9.
Yeah.
Like, there was a fan community being like, fuck this. We don't like this.
Yeah.
I think the same thing kind of happened, but it only seems to be on Rotten Tomatoes because that's the only one that's so low. All the other ones are like in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, an 8.1 would be an 81%, and that's fair. That's still a good rating, but it has some people who have problems with it. I just think that people need to get the fuck over themselves. If you don't like the movie, you don't like the movie, but don't sit there and say that the movie's just straight up fucking awful because it didn't meet all of your criteria. I mean, if you don't like it...
Yeah, if I went to every movie that I ever saw and
judged it
in that manner...
Did I want to see some things in The Last Jedi that I didn't get? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
But I was like, okay, this is not... They're moving forward. Like, Luke does not really behave the way that you think Luke would behave.
Yeah.
He doesn't act like the Luke Skywalker from 30 years ago. It's not the same Luke Skywalker. This one's like just...
Things have happened to him.
Yeah, he's seen some shit.
Yeah.
Some pretty terrible shit.
Let's talk about some of it. We made some predictions, I think, in the last show, because it was the last show that we did before this came up. And I was really worried about them bringing in Grey Jedis. Did that happen at all?
I don't know if I should... I'll talk to you after the show about that. I just don't really know if I want to go into the Grey Jedi territory.
Because you feel like it did happen, but maybe not how I predicted it would?
I don't want to say, because it's... that's why I would like to do a spoiler video after you've seen it. Okay.
All right. Maybe we'll cover it in the next show then. I think it'll be too late to talk about it then.
I know, but it's just... I'll tell you after the show. Anybody who's listening, I don't want them to be like, well, what the fuck? I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, by the time I get this video out, it'll be probably by like Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I?
If you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't do it.
Okay. For the next like minute, maybe just mute it. I'll just put my hand up, and whenever I put it down, the spoiler's over.
And another thing that we'll probably do is in the description, we usually put time tags. We'll probably label this one spoilers and then have you click that number so you can just skip it.
That's fine. But once I put my hand down, it's safe to listen again, okay? So, do they put the Grey Jedis in there? No.
Oh, thank God.
No Grey Jedi.
Thank God.
What's up with Luke is that pretty much he has officially shut himself. Like, he pretty much turned the Force button off. He's no longer, like, connected to the Force. Because
he renounced his Jedi-dom, basically?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So, there's no Grey Jedis to worry about. just so you're a little that part. I knew you'd be really pissed off if they did that.
Yeah.
So they didn't. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're back.
We're back after that for anyone who tuned us out, for the 5 people that listen. All right.
At least we're self-aware.
Hey, you know what? Fuck it. I love the 5 people that watch the videos. You're my favorite fucking people in the world right now. I don't even know who you are, but actually, probably people who
do know who they are.
If you do listen to this and we don't know you personally, cheers to you because you're a great fucking person.